What up, though? Welcome to Tinman podcast. Today I'm blessed to have a good friend of mine, Estrada Fit. Introduce yourself. Welcome.
Mr. Buenos motherfucking DMs himself. He got me choking up on
No,
camera.
it's all right. It's all right.
Yeah,
Go
what's
ahead.
up, everybody? James Estrada, man. Estrada underscore fit on Instagram, bro. Just out here trying to show people how I created the man that I am today through all my trials and tribulations, everything that I had to go through to get to this point. And thank you for having us on.
Oh, you're welcome, man. Thank you for coming. You're young, man. You're 20 years old.
28 years old, bro.
Man, at 28, man, most of us are barely trying to get over that hill. You know what I'm saying? What we're gonna do with our lives? You have a household, a beautiful wife, two kids. How'd you get here on that journey, man? Was it more of a spiritual or physical journey? You know what I'm saying? What did you have to sacrifice?
Oh man, all of that, bro. Everything all in between, bro. It's that word right there. Everything is sacrificial. So once you start getting to this point of what you had to go through, you
Hmm.
start having to realize
But
the oh,
where did you start? Like, where did you start? Where did you say, you know what, I'm gonna get into this? Like, where's the beginning at?
so it started in a prison cell, bro.
Yeah.
I remember we were on 24-hour lockdown. I was in a cell by myself, and it was just like, you know how that is, bro. You fucking like you go crazy, and
Yeah, yeah.
so you really get that time to yourself in silence as you sit in that. And I started to find myself in a high intense workout. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Just burpees all fucking day. Just
Yeah.
who am I? How did I get here? And asking those types of questions, it led me onto my personal development journey because I started answering those questions with my authentic self. Like how did I get here?
So
And where do I want to go
when you
from there?
came home, you're like, man, I want to get into it. It's like explain to us, like, okay, I'm got out of prison, I'm home. Like, where am I gonna start? A job, of course. You know what I'm saying? You got a wife, you got
Yeah.
kids. Like, where did you start? Like saying, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Estrada Fit.
So it started in the pen, trying to find myself, and then I started battling with with trying to get sober in prison because you know how it's so easy to get in there, bro. So I got sober in prison, I paroled, and I just carried those same habits that I created in the cell out here. You
Those are
know,
good habits.
those are good habits, bro. The early wake ups, the fucking staying on your programs, just handling business,
Yeah.
waking up and doing what we really don't want to do, the hard
Yeah.
way. Um, but that it didn't stop there, bro. When I got out, I took a massive back step and I started drinking again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
How was
So,
that?
man, it landed me into what people call depression. Because I was, it's like I was free, but I wasn't really free. You know what I'm saying? And my first day, the very next day I got out, I got into, I started plumbing.
Yeah.
I started working. This dude at the time, he brought me in and he's just like, I see that you want it. He's like, and I want to help you. So he did.
Hmm.
Fucking helped me. He schooled me up, brought me up in plumbing. And I just took off from there. I never stopped. I still do that to this day. I'm still a
Yeah.
full time plumber, but
Yeah.
that's where it started. But the drinking, bro, it kept and it stayed with me.
For how long?
Like I just wanted to celebrate being out of prison,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah. I
fell
know.
into I fell into
I
that
know.
bad habit, bro.
Every day or just on the weekends.
At first it just started like every once in a while, then it just turned into okay only on the weekends,
Hmm.
and then eventually, like I was working new construction and I had a company vehicle, and it'd just be every day. Like I would stop every like my lunch break and I'd grab a 3-pack,
Mm.
drinking, driving that company vehicle, bro. Like not
Almost get a
even
DUI.
not even yeah, bro, not even realizing like, dude, you just got out of prison and
Yeah.
you're a foreman and you're already running job sites and shit. Just a couple months out of prison. Like you're already paying your bills, you got your truck, you already got your family going,
But you deserve it.
I felt like I deserved it, but I got comfortable,
Yeah.
and then I was doing all that shit on the side, like drinking and driving and all that other bullshit. I fell right back into it,
Hmm.
and I remember calling my wife on a lunch break, bro. And this is like where it really started, like that so-called depression shit. Like when I felt like I was in it, right?
Mm.
Was when called my chick on a lunch break, bro. And I was just in this weird funk, this weird state of mind where I just didn't know.
Hmm.
I just didn't know like why I existed. I started asking myself all these weird ass questions, like a weird state that I've never been in,
Yeah.
And I just like, man, I don't know why I feel like this. I don't know why I'm drinking so much now. I don't know why. I just feel like I'm going backwards. Like I have everything that I always prayed for right here,
Yeah.
right in front of me. but I just don't feel like I deserve it. You know what I'm saying?
So how'd you do like depression is a big thing, dog.
Yeah.
So it's I'm kind of glad you brought that up because people, how many people out there get depressed? Half
Every
the world,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's like, what was your method, like, to get over it? Like, what did you do? Did you take steps? Did you go to counseling, therapy? Did you go to groups? Did you
Try
talk to your wife?
tried all that shit.
Uh huh.
I tried all that shit, bro. Church, therapy, like everything that I was like trying to run to,
Yeah.
I just had to realize that it wasn't external where I was gonna find my answer. It was on the inside. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? And
Yeah.
during this little depression phase that I was going through, like I stopped working out. I fell off my habits and I let the comfortable life of just being free, being out of prison, I let that overtake me and like, okay, I'm good now. Like I don't have to do this anymore because I fell off. So I had to come to conclusion with myself, like, bro, we got to get back to the basics and we got to rebuild ourselves back
So
up.
that depression, man, like, what's like the hardest point? Like, we're like, damn, dude, like, when it's like you don't even care, you just lost, you're just wondering, you're just sitting there like in a box, but it's not even there. You're free,
The
but
bro, the worst part about it is, waking up every morning and seeing your wife, seeing your kids, seeing where you came to in life, and you're exactly at that point in your life of what you prayed for when you're sitting in a prison cell,
yeah,
and you're sitting there and you're looking at all of this, like, damn, it really unfolded, but I don't even want it
yeah,
in a way.
yeah.
Not that I didn't want it, but I didn't want it to the point where I think I just felt like I didn't deserve it because who the hell I was that day, you know?
But you think it's guilt from the past, or just things that we go through, drinking? Uh, when you were drinking, how did you do with the depression? Did it just kind of roll over for that minute, or it just made it worse?
Now I made it worse, bro, because drinking and any other vice, this could be eating, this could be fucking smoking. This is a vice is something that's gonna make you and it's gonna make you comfortable and allow you to escape that pain. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So drinking it made it worse for me, bro. You know, it just dug myself deeper in that hole. I started getting like I have anger issues, bro. So it make me more angry. My
Yeah,
my
yeah.
temper would flare up.
Yeah, yeah.
She'd be like, "Bro, like, why are you tripping on people at the gas station?"
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I would snap more, bro.
Yeah.
Like my aggression came out a lot more than what it really damn needed
Yeah.
to. But it all starts from that childhood, bro. And
Exactly.
all a lot of people don't realize is that what they hold on to, it gets stuck back here and we
Yeah.
don't fucking know. And it's all that shit that you were from as a young child and it just carries with you throughout your entire life. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
Until you actually learn to deal with it the right way and
so,
not escape it.
so like people that follow you, that look up to you, because you're doing great, man. And for being young and having a household, having a family, when you went through your depression and dealing with all that stuff, what's the advice you can give somebody out there? Like, let's say they're drinking or they feel lost. Like, what would you say to them? Like, what's the steps they need to take? Or, like, what did you do? What helped you? What helped your wife? Like, what helped you get over it? You know what I'm saying? Because some people don't get over it, dog. And it's a big thing here. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like everybody has a little bit of it, but some people deal with it better than others. And it's like, what's the best advice you can give the audience or your people that follow you to get over that?
Bro, so the main thing is a lot of like us grown men, our ego gets in the way. And we don't want to open up. We don't want to do shit like this. We don't want to have those heart to heart conversations. But in all reality, you really fucking need to. This is why it's important to get somebody that has all the results that you really want in life and to really get coached by them. That's the whole point of what I do today. But you have to understand that when you're going through that depression stage, when you're going through any type of adversity stage, you have to realize that it's a part of the process.
Yeah.
A lot of people pray for wisdom, a lot of people pray for strength, and they want this certain type of lifestyle, but they forget what they prayed for when they're going through everything that it takes to build them up to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to go through struggle. You have to go through the trials and tribulations to get and gain that wisdom that you prayed for. A lot of people pray for patience. Well, shit, so did I, bro. And I ended up in a prison cell. So I just think that was a part of the process.
Do you think being in a relationship, if the wife or the girlfriend is supportive or not, you think it matters once you're trying to move up, trying to conquer your goals, your desires? You think it matters?
100%. 100%, bro. Because if you're trying to win in life and that other person wants to stay the same and doesn't want to elevate, it's just gonna be that the old ball and chain, bro. You know, you're gonna be dragging it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I just happen to have a woman that fucking just sticks by my side.
yeah.
And whatever decision that I make, whether that be good or bad, she's the definition of ride or die, bro.
Yeah.
You know, we've been together since we were 15, so she's the one that knows who the fuck I am.
She knows you.
She knows me,
She
bro.
knows you. She
I
don't.
don't really like it,
Yeah, but she knows you.
but
She
she
knows
knows
you.
me.
She knows you. You know, it's funny. Like a lot of us, you know, we're out here doing what we're doing, and then you got the wife. You know,
Yeah,
they probably look at you sometimes like, "Come on, dog."
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You're just like, "Well," you're like, "Come on,
yeah,
come on." You're like, but you know what? You can't knock them because when a woman sticks with you through the good, through the bad, through the ugly, it's like, what else do you want? You know what I'm saying?
exactly,
We all want somebody to support us. You know what I'm saying?
exactly,
Especially to believe in you. If you have a woman that believes in you, what does that say? You know?
exactly. Yeah, yeah. I mean, so she been with me since we've been riding this shit out since we were 15, bro, and through everything, she never bounced. You know what I'm
What
saying?
What has your wife taught you?
Patience.
She taught you patience.
Oh man, a lot of things. Like she sees things from a different light, bro.
Yeah,
Like it's crazy because we really are the complete opposite people.
yeah,
Like I like sweet shit, she likes spicy shit. Like
yeah,
I like hot weather, she likes fucking freezing cold shit. You know, we're like
yeah,
complete opposite
yeah,
in like everything that we do. But she's always like, "Well, opposites attract." I'm like, "Get the fuck out of here! You're pissing me off." You know?
yeah,
But no,
yeah,
she sees things in a different light, bro. Like
yeah,
whenever I come into something and I'm like tunnel vision on
yeah,
something, she's like, "Hold on, bro. Like pump your brakes. Like what about this?"
yeah,
I'm like, "I don't like you, but that makes sense." You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
I'm like, that does make so much sense, and I have to like step back and like drop my ego, bro.
yeah,
You do because that's your other half, and if you really want to win in life, you go as a team. It's not being a husband is not to dictate. You know what I'm saying? You don't dictate. You're
man,
supposed to lead
yeah,
and show them that this is the true path that we're supposed to be on, and she's supposed to be right there supporting you, but also as a team leader, especially that we have kids.
yeah,
You know, so it's like we I never knew what a marriage looked like.
yeah,
My parents were never together. Her parents were married, and so she kind of knows what a household is supposed to be. You know, I never got to experience that, so I'm learning all this shit as I go.
She lets you maneuver. She just kind of goes, go, no, no, go this way,
Yeah,
go this way.
yeah.
Ah,
She keeps me on
yeah.
track.
She stays, yeah, yeah. Don't go over here. Wait
Yeah,
up. You know what I mean?
yeah,
She's the backbone.
yeah, bro. Yeah, 100%,
That's the
100%.
backbone.
But to answer your question, bro, I think a supportive woman means everything.
Yeah.
If she doesn't support you, don't have her.
Right.
And you know, unless you really see in her that she wants to change with you, it just sometimes it takes a little more coaching in that relationship to help build them up. Because in all reality, a lot of men, when they have been with a woman for a certain amount of time, they have to realize that, well, you built that woman to be who she is today, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Good or bad.
good or bad,
Yeah.
and it's up to you to build her into what you see her as the more positive light. And if she's really 100% not with that and she wants to stay the same,
Hmm.
and all she's doing is arguing with you and she ain't doing shit for you,
Yeah.
hey bro, at some point you do have to cut that line. You know what I'm saying? Because it'll drag you backwards.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah, it will. And I think a lot of people nowadays are so easy to cut it. You know what I'm
To cut
saying?
it, yeah.
And it's like it's so normal nowadays. You see parents, their kids over there, the moms over here, the dads over here, and it's like, man, what happened to the fundamentals? You know,
Exactly.
it's like it's the what's supposed to be. Everybody's so like, oh man, I'm on my third wife, or I'm my third baby
Yeah.
mom, I'm my third baby daddy. Like in relationships nowadays, it's like it's not so common to be together no more. You
It's
know what I'm
not.
saying?
It's not. It's crazy you say that, bro, because whenever I have this conversation, everybody says the same thing. Like, dude, you're still with your chick? Like, no way.
And you guys are
Like
young.
when we see our old friends like from the
Yeah.
past, they're like, damn, you guys are still together, and they're all like on their fifth baby daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you could have been with your same one with those same damn kids, but you chose to fucking go do you, boo boo. You know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then it's crazy because you guys are young, dog. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn.
Well, I'll tell you this, bro. It's like we're not perfect. We're nowhere near fucking perfect. We got a lot of shit to work on.
Yeah.
And we did almost get to that point where it was like hey, like we need to fix this before it comes to that.
So how'd you guys fix it?
We fucking fixed it. Communication, bro. It's all in the communication and
Did you
not.
guys go outside the household therapy counseling, or you guys just did it yourself?
So I did. We started going to like marriage church, like church, and like talking with
Okay.
pastors. We
Yeah.
started going like
Yeah.
that route, and then I got into therapy. But again, when we were going through that stage, it was that same stage where I fell into my
Yeah.
drinking every day. So
Yeah.
that took over everything, bro. It
Yeah.
started ruining my relationship, my
Yeah.
career.
Yeah.
Started ruining everything,
I
bro.
already know.
Everything. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
know exactly what you say.
So and in all reality, bro, it started with just like anything else, bro. It starts with the leader of the household. You know what I'm saying? Making that committed decision
Yeah.
to want the change and stay with the change.
Yeah.
You know, so for me, I had to drop all my vices, bro. I had to get sober. I had to, or else I was gonna lose my family. You know, and it sometimes some people have to lose their family to realize what they
Yeah.
lost.
Yeah.
I didn't want that, you know, because my parents were never together. I wanted to, I wanted my kids to experience what it's like to have a family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you think doing what you're doing, especially because you got a big following now, you think it interferes in a relationship? Honestly, do you think like it overtakes it sometimes?
I mean, yes and no. I would say it's 50-50 because there are times, just like we were discussing before the podcast,
Yeah.
it's like sometimes you'll get so lost in it, like trying to help everybody that's reaching out to you.
Yeah.
And at the same time, like you just worked a full day at your full time job, and you're
Yeah.
like zoned out trying to get
Yeah.
play catch up, that you forget what's right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
not too long ago, I did a video of a lot of you guys lose motivation. A lot of you guys are looking for motivation over here.
Yeah.
And I had my kids right here, and I was like, all you have to do is just look down. That's your motivation.
Yeah.
And but that's the good thing about my chick, bro. Like she'll catch me like, hey, bro, like we're right here.
Yeah.
Like
That's
put
cool.
that down for a little bit.
That's cool. That's cool.
And she'll kind of check me. I'm like, oh, you know what? You're right. Like, my bad. You know what I'm saying? It kind of gets me heated. Like, dude, I got to catch up to everybody. Like, I'm trying
Yeah.
to run the business too.
Don't you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
You know?
No. Yeah.
But I have to realize, I
Yeah.
have to agree, like, because it's true,
Yeah.
you know? And just like I was saying, like, I want to be that person that makes it to the top and I have my whole family with me. I want to be able to say that I did that, you know, that we did that, you know? But at sometimes, bro, you get caught up in that shit, you know, and you have to put that shit down. So it does interfere. It does. But
It's
you have to manage it so it doesn't.
it's
You
a
know?
balance, huh?
Yeah. It's a balance.
Yeah.
It's that time management, bro. There's a place, there's a time, you know, when it's time for family, and then it's time for family.
Yeah.
know?
I think that's a big key, right?
Hmm.
Because I feel like so many want, because they see everybody like you, Guerrero, everybody that's doing so well, Shadow, everybody that's like they're moving up. You know what I'm saying? A Bandit, everybody's
Yeah.
they're doing their thing, right? And I feel like sometimes they don't know your story.
Yeah.
They don't know Shadows. They don't know Bandits. They don't know Guerreros like that. Now they do because he's the coach, right? But like everybody had their own little struggles. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like we got to remind people too that the focus is you, but don't lose focus of what you have at home too. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah.
Because if you want to help people, help them, but don't fucking lose what you have in front of you.
Exactly.
That's the big prize right
That's the
there.
big prize, yeah.
You know, and
That's what we do it for. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
you're gonna lose everything that you're doing it for.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, when you gained all this other shit, what did you really gain? You lost. Bro. You lost the
Exactly.
biggest thing. You know?
exactly.
And I don't want to lose what's most important to me.
Yeah,
You know, because that everything that I do, bro, like how I got to this point, my driving motive was my wife and my kids. I want to give like everything like goes to them.
yeah,
They get paid first before anything. I don't buy
Yeah.
shit for me,
yeah,
and it's not even about the money. It's just everything just goes to them, you know. And that's what I always wanted to get to a point to where this is you guys. You
Yeah.
know, what do you guys want to do? And that's what we do. You know what I'm saying?
That's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing, bro, and it's crazy because we were just talking about this not too long ago. It's like everything that I asked for is like I'm living it out, and it's like it's crazy, bro. If you see a vision, you could really have it.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I visioned this. Not being on a podcast, but this
Yeah.
took a whole nother turn. This
Yeah.
is crazy. So you never know becoming by just removing vices and becoming the best version of yourself,
Yeah.
how it could play out on the other end. You know what I'm
Man.
saying? But having a vision, bro, and just working towards it, bro, I always said I wanted to make a lot of money.
Hmm.
I want to fucking take care of my family. I want my pad. I want the fucking big ass lifted truck, and I want to be able to take my fucking.
Hey, your truck. Hey, yeah, talk about your truck, man. That mother, that shit. That's no truck, dog. That's
This is a fucking Tonka truck.
dude. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, my fucking
What is it?
my son loves it, bro. Um,
What's the height on it?
so it's a 9-inch lift. So it's a Sierra Denali. It's got a 9-inch lift on some 26-inch rims. It's 26 by 16, so that it sits pretty high, bro. It's funny. It's funny. So it's like when we
It stands out.
yeah,
It
so
stands
it stands
out.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like you can't miss me, bro.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we pull up and my windows are tinted, so you can't see inside. So it's like when people see me pull up, they're like, "All right, it's probably some big ass dude's gonna jump out." It's just like me and my little short family. We fall out the truck and shit, like
Yeah.
all stumbling,
Yeah,
like.
yeah. That's cool, man. I remember when I first seen your truck at Metro. When we worked out over there with Shadow, I was like, this truck is huge,
It's
dog.
fucking big, bro.
And it's a Denali too,
It's
huh?
a Denali, yeah.
Man, that's nice.
Hell yeah, bro. So I mean, I've always wanted a big ass truck, bro, and that was a part of the vision. And we got it, and then she was just like, "Damn, like you got one." It was like, "Hell yeah, it feels good, you know." It's an
So every
accomplishment.
time you accomplish something, like how do you start? Like where do you go? Like okay, I want this next. What's the next move? Like what's the next move for you, man?
Well, you got to plan that shit out. So your goals, they never end, bro.
Yeah,
A lot of people, they get to their goals that they set,
yeah,
and they're like, "Okay, I made it,"
yeah,
and then they stay the same.
yeah,
What they don't realize is staying the same, you're going backwards.
yeah,
You should always be constantly elevating.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like I want the fucking world, bro.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My dream now, bro, is like now like I'm doing this coaching thing, and eventually I want to transition out of doing plumbing and HVAC and just do coaching.
How do
And
you
I
feel
could
about
travel
that?
the fucking world with my family, you know what I'm saying? And do that shit full time.
How do you feel about the coaching?
Yeah.
Like you just right now, James. Like how do you feel as a coach? Like what do you bring to the table? Like what do you bring? Like if let's say I want to get coached.
Yeah.
Like, let's say I have an addiction problem. I'm a hothead. I
Yeah.
don't know how to keep a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I'm not stable. You know, I'm not consistent.
Yeah.
Like somebody just brings down the list. You know what I'm saying? Like, how would you start, man? Like, how? Like,
I would start you exactly the way I started.
yeah,
You know, we got to work that shit backwards.
yeah,
What I bring to the table is I want to know who the hell you are authentically,
yeah,
and not what all these other things are that you just listed,
Yeah.
because that's not really you.
yeah,
You pick that shit up over the fucking years of you growing up. It starts from a childhood, bro. So where did you get this from?
yeah,
How did you pick this up?
Yeah.
What makes you think that you're really this person when you're really not?
yeah.
You know, it's crazy because when you actually start figuring yourself out,
Mm-hmm.
you're actually the complete opposite of what the fuck you just listed.
Yes.
Because when you remove all of this shit, on the other side of that, you're really this happy ass fucking smiley ass person that just wants to make everybody fucking happy,
Yeah.
as opposed to this negative ass person
Yeah.
that's holding on to anger
Yeah.
and wants to drink and destroy his community.
Yeah.
You're really the complete opposite of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people don't realize. So when I'm working with my clients, we take it deep and we take it far back.
That's pretty good.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
pretty good.
yeah, fitness has to do a lot, you know. It does a lot, but we're not here for just fitness, bro.
No.
At the end of the day, the byproduct of you being on the program, you're gonna get jacked. You're gonna get some meal plans. I'm gonna dial in your macros. You're gonna get some good workout routines. You're gonna look good,
Yeah.
but I want to know how you feel, bro, after you do that shit.
That's the thing. You know, what I mean, I feel like most people nowadays they join up programs because they know it's fitness is part of it, but I feel like it's way bigger than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's stabilizing your inner being as a person.
100%.
You know what I mean? And if you can give good to a person that's gonna make them feel so much better, the the reward is so much bigger because you just changed that person's life. You know,
100%. Yeah,
with your actions,
100%.
with your culture, with your talk, with your guidance. You know, and it's like it's a good thing. You know?
And that's what lacks in a lot of coaches, bro.
Yeah.
Like a lot of anybody, you could look up on YouTube how to do a bicep curl.
Yeah.
You could look up on YouTube how to build a macro,
Yeah.
how to fucking calculate your macros and build me meal plans. Anybody could do that shit, bro.
Yeah.
But what a lot of people can't do is take their past experience and fucking instill that into somebody else. you can't teach something and help somebody. It's like somebody going to therapy and expecting that therapist to change their life when that therapist has never been through what you go through. So they can't fucking relate to you on that.
No.
That's why it didn't work for me
Yeah.
because I did therapy.
Yeah.
I was looking for a way out on the whole external side, but what I
Yeah.
had to realize is that the only way to get out of the internal prison was to go in.
Yeah.
You had to get out by going
Yeah.
in. You know what I'm saying? So that's that's the whole thing. That's what I see with Lax and a lot of other coaches is that, oh yeah, bro, anybody could build a meal plan. You know what I'm saying? But how can you change that person internally?
Yeah.
What kind of conversations are you having with your clients?
Yeah.
I text my clients all fucking. They'll call me and all right, bro. So let's work this shit backwards. How did we get here? You know what I'm saying? We're changing lives over a fucking phone call. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if you got in person with me, bro. You know,
Yeah.
it's a whole different type of energy.
I feel like it's the new wave, you know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Because you can be a professional, you can be educated on on the book of like, damn, I can tell you what to do, but
yeah,
do you really feel that emotion?
yeah,
Can you really understand that person, man? You know what? I got in a car accident, I got stuck, and they kept hitting me.
yeah.
Can you relate to the pain? I was strung out, and I was sitting in the car, and I didn't know what to do the next day. I got so drunk that I woke up in the middle of the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, people don't know, like, those type of emotions and
Yeah.
feelings, or like why I started drinking or why I started doing drugs. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like,
And a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't know why they do what they do every
no,
fucking day.
no,
They're escaping and they're running from something, but
yeah,
they don't even know what they're running from.
no,
I just happen to, I sit in every emotion, bro. I sit in anger. I understand what anger is. I understand what sadness is. I
yeah,
understand like what being lost is. I understand happy. I've experienced all emotions
yeah,
along my journey from the lowest of lows to highest of highs, bro. And I just happen to be living in a high right now.
yeah.
You know, I got my kids, I got my wife, I got everything I ever asked for,
So
and I'm here right now
in a
with you. So
relationship aspect, like for a man, like what would you give them? What type of advice would you give a man that's always let's say it comes from let's say a toxic relationship, right?
toxic relationship.
And like to kind of simmer down and come to an agreement with the other half, like not blaming the man or the woman. Like, what would be the best advice you could give somebody? Be like, man, instead of always bumping heads, what would you give them, dog? Like, how would you help them? Like, okay, how can we fix this? If you really trying to fix it, but they're always like this, what
Well,
would be your
there needs
advice?
to be a line drawn, and both ends have to want it.
Yeah,
Like we said, we were talking about earlier. It's like if my wife didn't support me and all she was just doing is just trying to push me back, it wouldn't work.
yeah,
At the end of the day, I would have to draw that line.
yeah,
Like, hey, like it's either you're gonna get with the program or
mhm,
you're gonna get left. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? But she wants the same vision as me. That other person has to want that same outcome.
yeah,
But a man has to be the one to step up and explain it to him.
yeah,
Hey, like check it out. Like this is what I had lay it all out on the table. This is what I had planned for us.
yeah,
You know? But this is like way in the distance.
yeah,
But this is the way we gotta get to it. This is our path. You know, do you want to run that path with me?
mm-hmm,
And this is a genuine question. What do you want to do?
yeah,
Because I can't have you fucking butting heads with me the entire time. It's not gonna, we're gonna go backwards.
yeah, hell yeah,
So in that toxic relationship, it takes the man to sit down and explain this shit. Because a lot of the times it's like we're working so hard for something and you forget that you have to explain it. How can you expect somebody else to see what's going on in your head? You know what I'm saying? You got to really sit down and explain that shit. Like, this is what I have planned for us. And I want you to go on the journey with me. Do you want to go? Yes or no? If no, then we got to cut this shit right now. You know?
sometimes explaining doesn't say much, you know what I'm saying? The action.
It's the action. Yeah.
And the
It's the
action,
action.
like, what if the action is not moving? It's just, it's still on pause. I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, but it's you're on pause. Like, how can you make somebody believe? You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Because
you got
tomorrow's not promised, right?
tomorrow's not
And
promised.
they say, oh, you gotta be consistent. I'll be consistent today,
Yeah.
but tomorrow, I can't tell you about tomorrow yet.
Yeah.
Tomorrow hasn't come.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. So I said it on this morning on my story. You don't need to have your entire fucking life planned out. Yeah, there's always that long term
Yeah,
goal, but what you have to do is it's moment by moment.
yeah.
You can't worry about what the fuck's gonna happen tomorrow. Tomorrow's not fucking promised,
No,
bro.
no.
Like when I started getting sober, I didn't tell myself sober for the rest of my life. I just said sober for one more day, bro.
Yeah.
And I took it day by day. And then as I started doing that, I was like, okay, well, how do I build this day up to be what I wanted to? Well, I got to structure my moments and I got to
Mm.
piece together my moments. So if you live in the moment and you structure each moment to a perfect moment to the best of your capability,
Yeah.
well, then you just end up having a fucking good day, bro. And I understand external things could fucking happen, but at the end of the day, it's really up to you to really sit with yourself to create those moments. You know what I'm saying?
You think when you have too much time in your hands as a man, either you're gonna get in trouble or you're gonna make it happen.
Yeah, time management is fucking everything, bro. So if yeah, it's everything. So if you're not managing your time accordingly,
Yeah.
yeah, bro, you're gonna go backwards.
Yeah.
You know? So it's we all got the same 24. It's
Yeah.
what you do with that
Yeah.
24. You know, that's the big ass that's the big difference.
Damn. That's pretty good. When I know we went to relationships, where you at? Uh what's the biggest gift you think you've had in your life? The biggest gift that you've received?
The biggest gift so far is getting to know myself. Like getting to know my genuine self.
Yeah.
And I say that because getting to know myself, I was able to provide to my kids
Mm-hmm.
the father that they need,
Yeah.
the husband that my wife needs,
Yeah.
you know, the employee that my fucking company needs, the coach that my clients need, all because I became who the fuck I truly am inside. You know what I'm saying?
And as a father, you think buying your kids or like just giving them so many good stuff, there's nothing wrong with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think that covers up from spending time with them? Do you spend time with your kids? Do you what do you do with your kids, man, to like know your dad? Like,
Yeah.
damn, dad, like this happened. When your kid can come up to you and be like, dad, you know what happened? I fucking fell. This happened. I cried or whatever. Like where he can comfort. You know,
Yeah.
like can your kids come?
I take pride in that shit, bro, because my
Yeah,
kids come to me with everything.
yeah,
You know, I mean, anybody could buy a kid a damn toy.
yeah,
You know, if you don't got the money, you go steal the kid a damn toy. But
yeah.
what you can't steal for them is the father they actually need, the present father.
The
You
present
know, I do
father.
everything with my kids, bro. I don't care. Like I'll take my kids. My kids are everything.
Yeah,
My kids are everything to me. So me, it's like my kids could come to me with anything that they need. You know, at the end of the day, when I'm all tired from work, bro, like, we'll go hang out at the park, bro. We'll go grab some ice cream. How was your day? Sometimes it's like you gotta make yourself because you're so fucking tired. But you gotta realize these kids are just a ball of fucking energy.
they're
You
innocent.
have to give it to them.
They're innocent.
Yeah,
You know.
and they're innocent.
You know what? You know what I've learned throughout the years, man. That sometimes we do stuff and we're not realizing that we rob them from their innocence. You know,
Yeah,
as parents, I'm guilty of that by far. You know, and I always tell people this, like, we just gotta remember how to be kids again when we're with them.
that's
We
powerful.
just gotta remember how to be kids, man, because I feel like society is so quick to rob their children from the smallest gesture, dog.
Yeah,
That we forget it's about them. It's not about us. You
yeah. They
know.
only get one childhood. My wife actually woke me up with that shit one time. She's like, so you got to understand that they only have one childhood. Who are you to try to take that childhood away
She's
from them? I
right.
was like,
She's
God
right.
damn, I was like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
fucking
she's
right.
right. Yeah, yeah.
Because I'm always like, dude, I want my son to be like structured and he's gonna be a leader and he's gonna be disciplined. She's like, dude, let him be a kid. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're fucking right. You know what I'm saying? You're right. You know, because every man wants his son to be like strong and
Yeah.
tough, and you got to go through tough things to
Yeah.
be strong and tough. You know, but at the end of the day, he's still a kid. My daughter's still a kid.
How,
You know
how
what
old
I'm
are your
saying?
kids?
My son is 3.
Mm-hmm.
And he acts like he's fucking 25. This fucking kid, bro. He's like, he wakes up in the morning. He's like, all right, dad, we're going to work. I'm like, what the hell, bro?
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. But my daughter, she's 9, and
She's
she's like,
9.
yeah, she's like the most calmest kid when she
How's
wants to
your
be.
how are you with you're a girl dad?
Girl dad,
Girl
bro.
dad. I'm a
Yeah.
girl. I got 2 girls. How is it to have a 9-year-old kid, a girl?
Oh, it's fucking crazy. It's a trip, bro. It's crazy because it's like everything that I was when I was a kid. I'm like,
Yeah.
I got to be the complete opposite of that because I don't want my daughter. They say a daughter's gonna look for in a man what was she seen
Yeah.
in her dad, right?
Yeah.
So that always sticks with you, bro. So move has to be calculated. Like, nah, she's gonna go find that shit in a dude because she thinks that's okay. So I can't do that shit.
Do you ever like take her to go get her nails done or like
Dude,
buy her
that kid is so
flowers?
spoiled, bro.
Yeah.
My chick, I just give them the card, bro. So they'll go get their nails
You
done,
should
their
go with
hair
them.
done.
You should go with them.
So I'm not.
You should go
I
with them,
wasn't gonna
dog.
say this, but I went
Yeah.
to go get my shit done with my
Dog,
fucking wife.
hey, dog, there's nothing wrong with that, homie. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Like, people be like, man, I don't give a damn if a motherfucker
Yeah,
stares at me and says, oh, what you doing? Hey, dog, I'm with my daughter, dog.
yeah, yeah,
It's her time.
yeah,
If
exactly.
I gotta get my toes painted my way, I'm gonna do it, dog. I'm not
Yeah,
tripping.
yeah. I let her paint my
You know
nails
what I
and all
mean?
that shit. You
Like,
know.
if fool say something, what, dog? You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying? What?
exactly,
Well,
exactly.
you know what I mean? What
Yeah,
you mad
this is
about? You know what I mean?
exactly. This is something that my daughter will always have. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
You know what she's gonna remember, dog? Man, I remember when my dad took me to go get my nails done. I remember my dad brought me some flowers, and those little things you do with her, dog, it's gonna stick with her when like she starts down the line dating. It's gonna, cause
It's all the smallest things, bro.
it's
Like
gonna,
she
she's
bring.
gonna know, dog.
Yeah,
Cause my oldest daughter, I fucking mentally, I was never present, right, or physically, cause I was in prison. So I see little things in her, like I'm like, damn, man, like I can't fix nothing. You know, so when I see her, and she's a good looking girl, you know what I'm saying? She's 24, and I'm just like, okay. So when I talk to individuals that have kids, I'll be like, man, if you have to go get your nails done with your little
go
girl,
do it.
go do it, man. If you gotta go fucking go paint your face, go do it, man. Because those are the times that she's gonna be like, man, my daddy did this with me.
Yeah,
My son's gonna be like, my dad did this with me. You
yeah.
know what I mean? It's those little things that we forget to look at that they're so big, homie. They're so big in our kids' life that, and sometimes some people don't have it and they wish they can do it because either the mom or the dad tries to rob them, and it's like, come on, man,
Yeah, and you can never get that time back,
you
bro.
can't.
It's crazy because they do remember all the small things. Like she tells me shit, like, "Dad, remember this one time?" I'm like, "Girl, that was like 8 years ago. How do you
Uh,
remember that?"
and
You know?
girls, little
She
like
tells me shit.
girls,
She remember,
different.
but she remembers like going into the prisons to visit me. I'm like, "Bro, you remember that day? That's crazy. You were like this big. Like what the hell?"
Hey,
You know?
it's if you can empower your daughter, dog, since she was little, she'll know, she'll be strong, firm, and know what to look for. You know what I'm saying? It's so you got to be more delicate when it comes to your daughters, you know. I feel so like if we can do things just to show them and be with them and be present with them, dog, dog,
And that's the thing right there. That's the key word, bro. Is
yeah,
showing them.
showing.
You know, a lot of people want to tell, bro, but you got to put action behind it and show.
When I with my little girl, dog, I'll get my face painted. We'll sit at McDonald's. I'll fucking start dancing to her. I play with her. Like, I don't give a
Yeah,
damn because I only got so much time with her. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, she has a lot of crazy ass videos of us, bro. Like I'm that goofy dad, bro.
Yeah,
We're at home, I'm jumping on the couch, we fucking dancing all crazy, like we're, you know what I'm saying? It's their kid, it's their childhood, you know.
yeah.
So it's
And that's cool, man. I like that. I like that. If you can look at your kids and leave them with something, what would you leave them with? Like look at them good. Like, man, I ain't better this than them. Like, what would you give them?
what I wish somebody would have told me, bro. Fuck, man, if I was younger than my daughter, bro, because it's just work harder on yourself than you do at anything else. Because creating the best you'll create the best outcome in any situation. You'll know how to decipher that. You'll know how to run through that.
Yeah,
You'll know what morals you stand on. You know what you what you drive for in here. You know what I'm saying? Is so what I would leave my kids in, and what I tell my daughter, because she's at the age of
th-
going through her
they
little,
know
you know,
everything. They want to know
yeah, they
everything.
want
Yeah,
to know everything. So
yeah,
what I try to instill in her is just become your best self. Don't pick up shit from anybody else. Just stay you. Be your authentic self. You know what I'm saying? Being the best version of you, you're gonna create the best outcome in whatever you walk through and whatever path of life you go through. You know?
yeah. Do you believe in God?
Yeah, I believe in God.
Uh, do you feel like there's a thing with you and God, where like, is there you have a ritual with Him? Do you go to church? Do you go to church with your family, or it's just you and Him? How is
So
it?
so it's like we're gonna start going to church because we fell off, and I started having that, like I wanted to call it like a one-on-one relationship with him.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't be like that, bro. like I've been having these little signs where it's like, dude, you got to go back, you got to go back, you got to
Yeah.
go back,
Yeah.
and it's been nudging me. And I
Mhm.
was telling her, and I had a conversation with my mother-in-law too. I'm like, we got to go back, because the only way to build a strong family is you got to have that foundation, and that foundation is your high power, your higher power. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
We all
Yeah.
know what the creator that
Yeah. Yeah.
is. You know what I'm saying? We all know the power. You know what I'm saying? So you got to incorporate that with your family. You have to. It has to be the foundation. So
I don't think like you have to go to church every Sunday with your family, but as long as you know you have that person, that God
yeah,
in your household, and your whole family shares it, I think it becomes a spiritual thing, right?
yeah, 100%.
So all you guys are on one track,
Yeah,
and it's like I never force people with religion. I never be like, oh man, you gotta believe in this.
yeah,
I say like this: if you believe that man exists, and if you feel like that man is there when your time of need comes, and you need somebody to talk to, and nobody's there for you, that man's gonna be there for you. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah,
And I feel like
100%.
your household is that too.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, what a church is the people that come to it. You know what I'm saying? It's what you guys believe in together and what you're praising. So that goes anywhere. In your house.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's still something that was calling me.
Yeah.
Like, hey, go back because there's something you got to learn there. That's how I've been taking it.
Yeah.
So Sunday we're gonna roll, go for like Mother's Day, go see what's going on. But there's something that I still got to learn. You know what I'm saying? And that it's a never ending process of learning yourself.
And I'm grateful because of Jordan. Man, this guy's a saint,
Yeah,
but like I always feel like you have to have that man present. No matter you don't have to go to church every Sunday, but like
yeah,
if you have that man present in your life, I think it becomes contagious.
yeah,
Regardless if you're going through a slump or not, then it rubs off to your wife, your kids. But then little by little it starts becoming a habit, right?
yeah,
And it becomes a family affair. And I feel like once you hold that, ain't nothing stopping you, you know what I mean?
yeah, bro. 100%. I agree. No, I agree. But again, it all starts with
You.
yeah,
It all
it
starts
starts
with
with
you.
you, bro.
It starts with
It all
you.
starts with you to get up and go after that.
Yeah, man. Before we wrap this up, is there anything you'd like to say to your audience, people listening, people watching, uh, about life? Like, where you at in life? You know what I'm saying? What was the part you can tell somebody? You know what? This might be happening, but you can get over it. You know what I'm saying? Because some people's struggles are bigger than others.
100%. So what I want to tell you guys is, man, that change is possible. It doesn't matter where you're at in life. You know what I'm saying? You could be depressed in a prison cell. You could have lost all your family members. You could be by yourself. But what I want to leave you guys with is that change is possible. And if you can see it in your mind, you can really have it in reality. But it takes a lot of fucking work, and it takes a really strong foundation, that discipline to get you to that next level, to get you to your pursuit, to get you to your goals, your dreams, to that vision, to that family that you always wanted, to that bank account you always wanted to be, in that position of life that you always wanted to be in. You can have it. You just got to. Nothing changes unless you change. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's going to change unless you change everything around you. And how do you change everything around you? Well, you change yourself and you get a new lens and you get a new perspective. That's how you're going to get to your next level, is finding the true authentic version of yourself. And then the byproduct is just you rising to it. By working on you, you just start to rise and start to elevate to your goals. So change is possible. Just run the shit up.
And it's not 100 burpees. 100 burpees ain't gonna change me, dog. You know what I'm saying? Nah. People like, oh man, I did 100 burpees. Like, yeah, man, I'm done with burpees.
I did some this morning. I do them every day, bro.
Man, I used to do them. I used to do them all the time, dog. I used to do a gang of burpees.
I have to do them every day, bro, because that's where I find mental clarity.
I used, back in the day when you did time, like we did burpees because, especially if you didn't get along with somebody, you know what, man, go do burpees with that fool right there. Dog. Like, what? Now you guys can look at each other while you guys are done. You guys don't like each other? Okay, come on.
Yeah, you'll break yourself
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Both of you just go, pum, 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 both look at each other right now.
Man, I hate you, man.
Yeah, yeah, like, hey, you're gonna learn how to get along right here.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%.
That's funny, man. But I just want to thank everybody, Tinman Podcast, Estrada for coming, Jordan for always being in the background doing everything he does for us, and thank you for watching us. Blessings to all.
Semis, let's run it up.